Welcome in, everyone. Let's jump right into this explainer because we're looking at a genuinely massive shift happening in the tech world today. Literally a complete evolution in how we think about software testing. We're moving away from the old school days of just checking boxes at the end of a project and moving into a totally new era, software quality engineering. And that is exactly what the bug hunters philosophy is all about. It's this incredible approach spearheaded by passionate engineers like Tauseef, whose insights we're breaking down today. So if you've ever wondered how the best in the business make sure the apps you use every single day actually, work, well, you are in the perfect place.
So, is just testing enough anymore? I really want you to chew on that for a second. In an industry moving this fast, where updates are pushed out multiple times a day and entire systems get updated on the fly, the old ways of doing things are frankly dying out. And the answer to that question, it's a massive, resounding no. Just testing at the very end of a software cycle simply doesn't cut it anymore. It's way too slow, it's way too late, and honestly, it leaves way too much room for failure.
It really boils down to a clash of methodologies. Think about traditional testing. That's the reactive era, right? You write the code, you throw it over the proverbial wall, and then somebody else has to chase down all the bugs after the fact. Compare that to the modern necessity, engineering quality at every single layer. We're talking about moving from a reactive bug hunt to a proactive built-in architecture, baking quality directly into the entire software development lifecycle, or SDLC. Quality isn't just an afterthought anymore. It is engineered from day one. To get a solid grip on this evolution, here's our roadmap for today. We'll start with the new testing paradigm, then step into Welcome to Bug Hunters. After that, we'll explore the irreplaceable tester's mindset, followed by mastering automation and backend. Then we hit the cutting edge with the AI testing edge. And finally, we'll wrap it all up with building better software together. Okay, let's kick things off with part one, the new testing paradigm. The sheer, unbelievable scale of today's tech evolution is actually our biggest challenge here. Look, developers are writing code at breakneck speeds, so relying on a traditional QA team to act as a safety net at the very end of the line, it's a massive bottleneck. It just slows the whole machine down. To keep up, we absolutely must engineer quality at every layer of the SDLC. That means from the exact moment an idea is sketched out on a whiteboard, straight through to writing the code and all the way to deployment, quality engineering has to be actively involved. It's a total paradigm shift. Moving right along to part two. Welcome to Bug Hunters. And this brings us directly to the mission of Tauseef, whose insights are the backbone of this explainer today. Tauseef created Bug Hunters to be the ultimate hub for software quality engineering. It's meant to bridge that massive gap between those old traditional methodologies and the wild AI-driven future we're all stepping into. And the best part, whether you're a student just starting out, maybe you're a career changer, or even a seasoned senior engineer, there is highly actionable, real-world knowledge here for you. He takes these incredibly complex testing concepts and breaks them down into digestible pieces, giving you a clear, structured path to modernize your skills. Which leads us perfectly into part three, the irreplaceable tester's mindset. Okay, before we start throwing in all the shiny new tech and tools, we really have to nail down the fundamentals, right? The human element. The tester's mindset is all about those core critical thinking and test case design skills that artificial intelligence simply cannot replace. Seriously, in a world that is so obsessed with automation and AI right now, we can't forget that AI cannot replicate human intuition. Sure, AI can run a test incredibly fast, faster than we ever could, but figuring out what to test, understanding user pain points, anticipating how a real, live human might creatively break a system, that requires the tester's mindset. It is the absolute, inescapable base layer that everything else rests on. So once you have that mindset locked in, we build upwards into part four, mastering automation and backend. Think of your modern toolkit as having three distinct, powerful pillars. First up is UI automation. When you master industry-leading frameworks like Selenium, Playwright, or Cypress, you are building super resilient front-end tests. Then there's the second pillar, API testing. Using tools like Postman and Rest Assured guarantees that your microservices and data layers are communicating flawlessly behind the scenes. And finally, the third pillar, performance. Think about it. You can have a totally bug-free app, but if it completely buckles the second you get a spike in traffic, it's a failure. Tools like JMeter ensure your app has robust scalability under intense pressure. Nailing these three pillars is what truly scales your testing capabilities to the next level. Now we hit the really fun stuff. Part 5, the AI testing edge. So, you've got the human mindset,
And you've got your automation tools ready to go. Now it's time to apply that AI edge. Step 1, you actively leverage generative AI and large language models. You don't fear them, you harness them. Step 2, you deploy these tools to write smarter, more resilient scripts way faster than you ever could manually. Step 3 is a real game changer. It entirely eliminates the bottleneck of manual test documentation by just automating it. And all of this compounds into Step 4, a radically more effective and efficient testing process. This whole progression, it's not about replacing the engineer. No way. It's about giving the engineer a literal superpower to work faster and much, much smarter.
And that brings us to our final section, Part 6, Building Better Software Together. Ultimately, the grand goal of all of this is for you to become a strategic partner. Testing is a craft, guys. It's not just a bug hunt. By adopting shift-left strategies, you start testing the architecture and the code right as they begin, not at the end. And by weaving your automated tests directly into the CI/CD pipelines, you're giving immediate, continuous feedback to the entire development team. You effectively stop being the gatekeeper standing at the end of the line, and you transform into a powerful enabler from day one.
Which leads us to this incredibly powerful concluding thought from Tauseef. Let's stop chasing bugs and start building better software together. And honestly, that perfectly encapsulates everything we've talked about in this explainer today. From mastering that irreplaceable human mindset to leveraging those massive automation frameworks and finally adopting the AI edge, it all serves one distinct purpose. We are not just reacting to problems anymore. We are proactively engineering quality at every single layer. By shifting our mindset and upgrading our toolkits, we are transforming the very nature of how technology is built. So I want to leave you with a question to ponder as we wrap up. In your own workflow, are you still just chasing bugs? Or are you finally ready to become a strategic partner in building the future? Think about that for a bit. Thank you so much for hanging out with me on this explainer, and keep engineering quality.